I was told that I needed to try the Makeup Forever HD palette to compare it to Seint. So here we are. With the Makeup Forever HD Skin palette, I purchased it in a light to medium skin tone. They do have two different skin tones. One is light medium, the other one is tan to deep. And with that, I purchased the Hydra Booster along with the Mist and Fix. And I just purchased a trial size of this one. I didn't purchase the big bottle. The one complaint I have about Makeup Forever is that they are not cruelty free. So that's a huge thing off my list. Not a fan of that. But since I was asked to try this, I figured I'd go ahead and give it a shot. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Hydra Booster, which is the primer. It says that this is a newer formula and it works with dry patches and rough texture, tightness, and dullness. It does feel very smoothing. It has a little bit of a perfume smell, I think, but it's not a bad smell and it's not overwhelming. So I appreciate that. It does say it is 24 hours hydration and radiance. That's a pretty bold claim, but let's see how that goes. And we're also going to do the Mist and Fix because it does say that you can use it to prep your skin. So that is a very, that's perfumey, and the spray is very in your face. There's no other way to say that. That is a very strong spray. So the Micro Mist and Fix says that they've improved the formula and the spray. I don't know what the spray was like before, but I'm not a fan of this sprayer. It's, like I said, it just goes straight into you. It does say there's hyaluronic acid and aloe vera in this spray. I smell more perfume. I could be wrong. It also says that it delivers an instant boost of hydration radiance, which is dispersed by a new pump for an ultrafine cloud-like mist. Not for me. That was not cloud-like. To apply the Makeup Forever creams, I went ahead and cleaned off my Amazon brushes. I really, really like these. I've used these with Seint, so I'm going to try it with these as well. And it does say that there are different options in here. All right, so here's what the palette looks like. These two bottoms and this top one are their foundation shades. These four are considered conceal and correct. These two right here are contour. These two pinks are blush. And then lastly is this top one, and it is a highlight. I am going to cover my under eyes because they are pretty bad right now. And I figured we need to give this a fair shot. Wow. Look at that. I mean, that right there just took away my dark circles. I'm impressed by that. Wow. Can you see the difference? I barely applied anything. I'm also going to use that on my dark spot just to cover that some more. I mean, I'm already impressed by this. That's crazy how fast it covered. The next shade we're going to go into is foundation. Let's see what shade I would be. So those are the three options right there. Kind of leaning towards this bottom one. Oh, but that top one too. This one's definitely too orangey for me. So it's between those two. I think I'm going to go with this top shade. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to go ahead and go with this middle shade right here. And I'm going to apply that just like I would Seint products. That's already covered up that redness. Okay, that's just the foundation shade, and I'm already impressed. Here's without anything, well, except for the color corrector. And then here's with the foundation. Okay, I'm already really impressed. And I have to say, as of right now, I think I may like this better than the Salt New York one, but I'm not positive. So don't hold me on that quite yet. So the next one I would do is contour, and we have these two right here. I think I'm going to go more with the darker one. Okay, so to me it looks more like a bronzer. Not so much that dark contour that I like, but it is a very pretty bronzy shade. It does look like you can build this up quite a bit as well. So this does seem to be able to build up. I've applied quite a few layers, but I still feel more like it is a bronzy shade, not a contour. I'm going to try this other contour shade on my nose. Yeah, that's more of a bronzer to me. These brushes are applying this cream really nicely too. It's not sticking into the brush. It's coming off really well, so I'm not using too much product. Oh, I really like this. This is really pretty. I do have to say that I love how compact this is and that I could easily travel, along with the fact that it has tons of different shades in here. Yeah, you're not going to use all these foundation shades, but you could easily use it as like this one right here is a little too light for me right now, but maybe in the winter when I'm not as tan, I could use it. And then the more yellow one, I was thinking I could actually just use it as an eyeshadow base. So I can still use it up. There's still no waste. I'm impressed with this. I really am. Let's go ahead and go into blush. There's these two options right here. So let's get a swatch. One is more corally, the other one's more pink. I almost want to mix them, so I think I will. That's pretty. It also plays really nicely with the contour or bronzer underneath. I know it's considered more of a contour according to their website, but I really think it's more of a bronzer. The next thing I'm going to do is my brightening highlight, and they have these two options right here. I'm going to do more of this yellow undertone because that's kind of more what my skin has. And I cleaned off this end of the brush. This is what I use to correct the coloring. So I'm just going to apply this underneath. I mean, that's definitely brightening. I'm not too worried about blending it out quite yet because I'm going to be using my blender sponge as well. So I'm just going to apply it where I want it. I'm also going to apply it just a little bit under my contour just to make it pop a little bit more and clean it up. My sponge is nice and damp, so I'm just going to blend that in a little bit more. This isn't really picking up the product, which is great. It's just helping everything to blend together. This is beautiful. It says that it's lightweight, 100%. I feel like I'm not wearing anything at all right now. It says that it is buildable. I would agree. You could easily build this up so far. I have added a little bit more of the contour and blush, and it's building up no problem. It's not getting cakey. It's not picking up the product that's underneath. It's just blending seamlessly. And again, I really love the fact that the whole complexion is in one palette, just like Seint is, and along with the Salt New York company. So it does have more of an oily sheen to it, which, I mean, I like that. However, I also like to have it dampened down just a little bit so I'm not too shiny, and also so it keeps my makeup on all day long. So I'm going to use my normal powders, my NYX Brightening, and my Rimmel Stay Matte Translucent, so that way I don't add any color, and that way it just all locks into place. The Mist and Fix, and it sprayed way better this time. So I think I just didn't push hard enough, or maybe it was just like the first couple of uses, it just needed to, you know, work out the kinks. But it worked a lot better. It still has this smell to it, but not that big of a deal. So I just set it so that way the powders could blend in with the cream and I don't have that texture. I'm going to go do my eyes and my brows off camera and I'll be right back. The last thing I have is the highlighter in here, which is this top one right here. I'm hoping it applies nicely on top because I do have the powder on here. So fingers crossed. Ooh. It's kind of like a rose gold. It's not picking anything up underneath, which is awesome. Wow. Let's see if I can build it up more. Okay. Definitely can build it up. Let's do another layer. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm obsessed. Love this. This palette alone is $85. They do have coupon codes on there. Like, I do see this lasting a long time and it has everything you need. So I think it's worth it. I think that this is a great thing to travel with. It's great if you just want your makeup all in one place. The only tools I used were these two brushes and this. Unfortunately, this one comes as a set, so you get these two brushes. But you can get these on Amazon and they're really well priced. I'll link those down below. As of right now, I am impressed. I love that it feels so lightweight. It doesn't feel cakey. It feels like my skin, but better. It covered my dark spot pretty well. I could probably have layered it up a little bit more for full coverage, but I didn't want to go too heavy. The under eye concealing, I mean, I'm 100% impressed by that. Just the color corrector alone took out my under eyes. Like, that's impressive to me. You saw how bad they were and how easily it was for me to cover them. I'm also super impressed by the fact that, like, I really could use everything in here and nothing would go to waste, which is a huge thing. I don't want to just have a tin that I'm not going to use and just take up extra space. I can use everything in here. You could even use the contour and the blush really as eyeshadows. It's a win for me. I really like this. I'm going to continue to use this, and I will update later on, probably in about another month or two, to see if I'm still in love. But I'm obsessed. I highly recommend this. If you are interested in cream makeup and you're not interested in purchasing from an MLM, consider buying this Makeup Forever HD Skin Palette. It's wonderful. It's $85. You get everything in one compact. It does not come out. So if you do run low on a color, you would have to buy the whole new compact. That is a bummer. But I don't see myself running out of anything right away. I mean, it would definitely take quite a while. They seem to be pretty thick tins. Even if you just use this for like your travel makeup, if you're big into traveling, I think that would be a great purchase. That way you only have to carry this for your skin items. These two items, I mean, realistically, I don't think that this is worth a lot of money. I would still use my e.l.f. Hydrate or my Ruby Kisses setting spray. I mean, any setting spray I've used so far, even from the drugstore, has been fantastic. So I don't think you need this specific one. Along with this Makeup Forever primer, it's a primer. And if I were someone who just casually applied makeup, I don't think $39 is worth it. So I would stick to drugstore primers as well. My go-to primers for Seint is I like to use this Milani SPF BFF. And that's just because I like the SPF for my face to protect it. And it also has vitamin E, which is amazing for your skin. And then I use this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. For me, this really helps to keep my foundation on all day. And I love it. You could easily just go to the drugstore and get yourself some primers. If you use cream makeup, let me know down below what you use, what your go-to items are, and if you set your makeup. I would love to hear that. I hope you guys have a lovely week wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Bye.